Okay, so I checked my mailbox today, and this must absolutely be the craziest story I have ever received so far. So I can't just ignore it and not tell you guys, right? You probably already saw it in the title of this video, but yeah, it is that juicy. If you want to send in your own stories, you can do so by mailing me via rushbusiness@gmail.com. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now, the story begins when the subscriber who sent me this story was at school. Let's call him Lorenzo. So, Lorenzo was a freshman in high school and he had a lot of friends who were older than him, so he was also very mature for his age. And all of them were seniors, which will be important for the story later. Anyways, at school, there was also this one dude named Noah. And man, Noah was kind of like the class clown, and pretty much a big part of the school knew who he was. But Lorenzo wasn't really involved with Noah, so much so he didn't really know him that well. Now, you can have a class clown who is funny or weird or both, but in a good way. However, Noah, well, let's just say he was weird in a very bad and cringy way. So, Noah didn't really have a great reputation in the school, and in that school it was kind of important to have a good reputation, otherwise, you will have a very big chance of getting bullied and shit on basically. So, in short, it doesn't do much good for your quality of school life, if you catch my drift. So, Noah, he was pretty much something else, man. Like, even the teachers knew about his drama and gossip, which is pretty exceptional, if you ask me, because normally teachers never know anything about drama in general. For example, one day at school during computer class, Noah thought it was a wonderful idea to look up a certain website with really inappropriate videos on it. If you'll know, you know. Kind of like, YouTube, but instead of that, it has like a orange and black color scheme. And Lorenzo also writes that he suspects that Noah didn't even notice that people could see what he was doing because, he was kind of like in the corner of the computer lab, turned away from everything else. But I mean, people could still clearly see the reflection of his monitor in the window behind him. Anyways, since the school is pretty big on drama, it spread very quickly. Like, after not even a day, everybody in the school knew about Noah watching questionable websites. Like, everybody already knew about it before school even ended. And now, Lorenzo doesn't know this part is a 100% true, but there were rumors about Noah going around that he would sell certain chemicals that make you feel funny, and that Noah would literally steal bikes and sell them and get that money to buy, the chemicals. Starts with a D and ends with an S. I don't want to say the word. I don't want to get demonetized anyways. And the last thing attached to Noah's reputation, of course, he would say the N-word. So he was basically a redneck, a racist one who did very questionable things at school. Now, the only class Lorenzo shared with Noah was computer class, and the crazy bastard sometimes tried to talk to him for some reason. And the creepiest part is that Noah tried flirting with Lorenzo even though he was a freshman and Noah was a senior. Like, not even the fact that Noah was probably gay or bisexual is the weird part here, but it's pretty much the age difference, which is disgusting. Anyways, some days later, Lorenzo talked to one of his good friends who was also a senior, but he didn't have a bad relationship with him. And Lorenzo pretty much asked about the latest news and gossip about Noah, because that friend also knew Noah pretty well. Now, apparently, Noah got into big trouble because Lorenzo's friend told him that Noah had an affair with a younger girl in school. And this was a big problem because she was a minor and he was already 18 years old. So Noah literally got arrested, totally deserved, because it was just disgusting what he did. I mean, this guy literally a walking red flag, judging by everything Lorenzo was writing to me. What did you expect would happen here? That is pretty much also the reason why he wasn't at school for a while now. Anyways, a while later, Lorenzo actually had the chance to talk to the friend of the girl Noah had an affair with, and she told him what happened. So, based on that, Noah was dating a 14-year-old that lied about her age, saying that she was 16. And now I'm not 100% sure if this part is true, but apparently, according to everybody's word, is that people are saying that she got screwed in the male's toilet. Like, honestly, it is just such a Noah thing to do, having a hot moment in a fucking toilet in a school like that. What was he even thinking? Apparently, in his mind, he thought like to bring his 14-year-old girlfriend in this toilet. And for all we know, this girl could have been younger too. It is just so disgusting to think about, honestly. Then after he was done in this toilet, he walked out with his shirt off. Like, what the hell, man? Did he really think that nobody is going to question a kid that was walking out of the toilet with his shirt off? Like, listen, dude. Everybody is going to question you. I don't think you are getting away with this one, bro. This guy apparently thinks he got away with a lot if he can do all those filthy shit he did. But of course, when everyone found out, the principal called Noah to the office and the police were ready to handcuff him on the spot. And holy shit, he actually got a 3-year prison sentence. I'm reading right here. Totally deserves it, by the way. Now, once this kid got arrested, word spread like a wildfire. Lorenzo even told the teachers, and let's just say they were not even surprised because they knew this kid's reputation. Like, this kid was already bound to get arrested before he left high school. Like, there was no doubt in anybody's mind that he was gonna go away scot-free after high school. So the next story has quite a similar theme to this one. It's sent in by Tim, and Tim was also a freshman in high school, just like Lorenzo in the last story. So the events of this story transpired a few months ago. Tim didn't really know many people in the school yet because he was literally the only one to transfer to this high school from his previous one. But eventually he met a girl, and let's just say that this girl didn't have a stellar reputation in that school because you see, she was known as someone who already dated around 30 guys. But Tim didn't really know that at first, and he felt like a badass talking to her. Because you see, this girl was a senior and 18 years old, while Tim was way younger than her. Poor Tim just didn't want to be rude, you know, and unfortunately, soon he regretted talking to her because she became just so creepy. She actually started flirting with him, and that made him extremely uncomfortable. And you know, he still didn't really understood much of what was happening because he never talked to the girl. Rather, the girl was the one to talk to him. So a while has passed, and eventually she became even worse. Because at some point she straight up asked him to do it with him, after which she started giggling like it's a normal fucking question to ask. And of course, Tim was beyond shocked she asked him that, because first of all, she was 18 and he was much younger than her, and second of all, he wasn't even interested in her. So when that all happened, you know, that conversation, he decided it was time to cut off all contact with this girl completely. And even though she got really annoyed with him, she let him be eventually. Now, that's not the end of the story because you see, Tim was in a basketball team outside of the school and he became pretty good friends with a guy there. And later he discovered that they both went to the same high school. And Tim's friend was a bit different from him because let's just say that he hated being single and was really desperate for a girlfriend, or well, for any type of affection in general. So maybe you can already guess it, but when Tim and his friend were hanging out in the school hallways, the girl that used to flirt with Tim now started to flirt with Tim's friend. And literally every single day he would message Tim and tell him how happy he was that a girl finally paid attention to him and started to flirt with him. Because he had really big confidence issues. So one day, Tim went to the cafeteria to find his friend and he wasn't there. Then he searched pretty much all the other hallways of the school and he couldn't find him. And he also couldn't find the girl either. So then after spending the lunch break alone, he went back to class and heard like a bunch of gossip. It was so bad that the teacher could barely teach the lesson because everyone was laughing and being nervous all the time. So eventually, Tim asked all those people what the hell happened, and they all told him that apparently a guy and a girl were caught doing it in the showers of the guys' locker rooms in the gym section of the school. And at that moment, Tim's heart just dropped because he immediately knew who it was. And like, he didn't see his friend or the girl throughout the entire school day. And the next day, he got a letter from the school saying that, quote, "There was an incident at the school and the principal requests that any student who filmed this incident has to immediately delete the videos or pictures, and that it is illegal to have any of those pictures on your phone." But sadly, the damage was already done, because when Tim went back to the basketball training, he didn't see his friend. And instead of that, he saw the other boys showing some pictures to each other in the locker room. And he tried to contact his friends but got ignored. However, eventually this situation blew over, although it did take a very long time. And sadly, Tim didn't see his friend for a couple of years. So a couple of months later, he learned that his friend moved to another city and finished his school there. And thank God, after 3 years though, they met up again and became good friends again, like in the old times. And Tim's friend told him that he was still pretty lucky, all things considered. The best way to support my channel is to binge watch all my story videos. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are new around here and enjoy the content. Click on the playlist showing up on screen right now. I guarantee you that you will enjoy it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.